But he's recognized authority in the field of talent recruitment and retention with a relentless passion. That man does have passion. David, I've been enjoying getting to know you. David's like, I don't know if you called me. Maybe, yeah. David called me, email, LinkedIn. He's like, oh, and I love seeing everybody all over the place connecting with me or telling me that they were doing the show or, like Rhonda, how's it going? This is what I'm up to and trying to, get everything right. So we've had some really fun times getting this show up and going for you. So he's passionate for helping employers secure and retain top talent in today's fiercely competitive labor market. Alemian offers an innovative approach that addresses the pressing issues of skilled labor shortages nationwide. I love that, David. And that is actually when you're ready to book a call, that's what it says there, right in that paragraph. Book a call. All right, David, welcome in. Alemian, did I say that right?
You said that absolutely perfectly. Thank you, Rhonda. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You go, my friend. And what I just want to share is that I'm here for you. So I may just butt in a little. I'm very nosy, so I may just butt in a little bit. But I just want you to know that I'll ask you questions, or you can kind of cruise, and I'll ask you some more. But I do want to ask you more about you. You have this passion and this drive. What gets you there? What's some of the skills that you have that you were probably born with this, but I mean, really, to do what you do, there has to be something you do, maybe some rituals, or tell me about you, David.
I'm excited. I spent 29 years in the retirement planning business. That's a long time. And you know what I found out? Most people are not prepared for retirement. And this is like whether you're making 50,000 a year, 60,000, which is around the average income in America, or if you're making $500,000 or more. Most people live a lifestyle equivalent to their income. The more they make, the more they spend. And there's a shortage of talent out there. Now, here's something. Let me back up a little bit because you really touched on some great things, Rhonda. As entrepreneurs, and if we have entrepreneurs listening, whether you have one employee or 1,000 employees, they're your team. We can't do everything ourselves. We need other people. So when you talk about mindset, a lot of entrepreneurs, they look at somebody and say, well, okay, they're good. What can they do for me? Whenever you do anything, your brain somewhere says, what's in it for me? Right? If somebody invites you to an event, before you decide to go, it's like, well, what's in it for me if I go to that event? Right? Or what's in it? What happens if I don't go to that event? What's in it for me if I stay home? Maybe I'll lose the opportunities that I could get at that event. So so one question I always love to ask is, what if? And here's why I like that question. Because when you ask what if, the next thing that comes out of your mouth or goes through your mind could be anything. Literally, it could be anything. And one thing, you talk about mindset. Mindset can be everything. Now, most people have a short-term mindset, which is why they lose. Because if you think short-term, you get short-term results, which usually aren't very good. My suggestion is to think long-term, right? Okay, like for example, you're a kid and you want to go to college someday. And so what are you doing? You're thinking long term, all the way through 12 years of school and what you have to do to get to the college that you want to go to. And why do you want to go to that college, university, et cetera? So you can go out and maybe build a business or get a job or do something. Again, you're thinking long term. But then they get out into the workforce or they're building their own business. And what are they looking at? They're looking at today. They're looking at next week or they're looking at next year. And next year is short term still. What if you thought long term, right? Now, backing up to retention. There's a shortage of people with skills in the world. There aren't enough people with skills to go around and meet the demand. And this shortage, it's not going away in our lifetime. Why? Because it's a matter of the size of the generations. For example, the baby boomers, which I'm one of them. They were the biggest generation. In the 50s and 60s, they swelled the population. In the 70s and 80s, they flooded the workforce. The subsequent generations were smaller in size. Now, as I said, they flooded the workforce, right? Okay. Well, around the year 2000, the baby boomers started to retire. And today, 10,000 people a day turn age 65. And we don't have 10,000 replacements. In the meantime, out in the economy, there's more entrepreneurs than ever starting businesses. There's more entrepreneurs who need more people with skills. So, as bad as the shortage of talent is, it's only going to continue to get worse because the demand and the need for them is getting bigger. So what's happening? Let's say you have employees. I don't care, like I said, whether it's one employee or 1,000 employees. They're hopping from job to job. Why? Because there's other businesses that need bodies to fill the positions. They're throwing money at them, signing bonuses, you name it, they're sending it to them, and people go hop, job. See, years ago, people spent their entire career at one, maybe two companies. Why? Because they thought long term. They wanted that lifetime pension, and they would stay with the company for as long as it took to get it. Along came 1978. Congress, those geniuses in Washington, they figured, oh, well, Americans need to be saving more of their own money. They got their pensions, they got their Social Security, but that's a two-legged stool. We need a three-legged stool. So we're going to give them an incentive, to a tax incentive to save more money. They called it the 401k. And then along came other iterations of that thing. Well, that was 1978. By the early 80s, the 401k was the fastest growing retirement plan in America. You see, Wall Street, they saw an opportunity. And they said to the employers, get rid of those pensions and give them this 401k thing. You won't have to. And the employers said, wow, this is great. We don't have to fund these pensions anymore. And the employees, they said, wow, this is great. We don't have to stay at one company like our parents did. If we don't like the company or the job or whatever, we can go someplace else and take our retirement plan with us. Here we are almost 50 years later, and almost no one can afford to retire. And turnover, people hopping from job to job, skyrocketing to become the biggest hidden expense that a company has. Do you know what it costs to replace somebody with skills? It's more than double their salary. According to the Department of Labor, it's 213% of salary, to be precise. That means somebody earning $100,000, it costs $213,000 to replace that person. Somebody earning $250,000, and it's a ton of them in the professions, it costs $535,500 to replace that person. Ouch! And the average U.S. worker changes jobs every 4.1 years. Again, another Department of Labor statistic. And they know why? Because they get the Social Security numbers for the tax information. In the C-suite, it's a little longer, between 5 and 6 years. Did you know that this year, 1 in 5 hospital CEOs will change jobs? Man, talk about a skill set. A CEO of a hospital needs to have his or her finger on the pulse of everything going on in that place. That is not a skill set that grows on trees. Do you know what that costs to replace that person? And that's our healthcare system. Wow. Okay. So what do I do? Why am I so excited? Because I've cracked the code. I can solve both problems. I can solve the talent retention problem, because you have to stop the bleeding. In other words, you have to stop people from leaving, right? And just because you have something that attracts people doesn't mean they're going to stay. You give somebody a signing bonus, that's transactional because now they get the money, they spent it. Okay, what's keeping me from leaving? Nothing. The other solution problem that I solve is the problem of saving for retirement. You see, I create something called a supplemental employee retirement plan. The employer pays for 100%. Cost the employee is zero. Why? Because they're spending all their money on lifestyle. And you know something? Lifestyle, it's like a drug. Once you have it, you don't want to give it up. And in order for them, the employees, to save more money for their future, which they're not doing, they'd have to do what? They'd have to give up some lifestyle. And nobody wants to give up lifestyle. So, this supplemental employee retirement plan the employer pays for gives the benefit to the employee in the future. The employer maintains ownership. Oh, watch this. Remember I said, what if? What if you could turn your biggest expense into a growing and compounding asset on your company's books? Wow. That's a seemingly impossible problem, but it's real and it's solved. So we create the supplemental employee retirement plan and we give it to the employee who's concerned about retirement. In exchange, because nothing's free and this isn't a fairy tale, the employee agrees to stay with the company for a certain period of time. Could be 5 years, could be till retirement, could be anything in between. If the employee leaves and doesn't fulfill their obligation, they forfeit the benefit. There are many other things built into this thing, and I don't want to get too far into the weeds. But in every scenario, no matter what happens, the employer always recovers their investment in full. No matter what happens, the employee could quit, become disabled. The employee is, by the way, protected in this plan. The employee could drop dead in mid-career. Not everybody gets to live to a ripe old age. There's even something in there to protect the family and the employer's investment. What if it's a happy ending? The employee stays until retirement. And they collect, are you ready? A retirement income that can be equal to or greater than their working year's income. You see, here's the thing. Why are you in business if you're an entrepreneur? Because you want security, right? Well, if nothing's holding your employees to your company, you got no security in your business. We're going to tie them to your business. But at the end of the day, most Americans want a comfortable retirement. They want a 30 to 40 year vacation, right? And where do most of them end up today? Helping people in department stores because they ran out of money. Have you ever walked into a department store and a senior citizen standing there? You think they want to be there? No. That hits you right in the heart when you think about it. Let me ask you another question. How many people out there know somebody that they retired, they had this big nest egg, and then a few years later they ran out of money? Oh man, what a horrible way. You work your whole life and you end up dead broke in your retirement years. Not a happy ending. What if you had a lifetime income that was equal to or greater than your working year's income? You couldn't spend it all. It's impossible because that's the way the thing is designed. Oh, one more thing. Even though the employee gets his lifetime income so that they can live the life of their dreams in their retirement years, which, remember, we're living longer, the employer still recovers their investment in full. At the end of the day, it costs the employer zero. Are we living longer? Sure. I had an aunt. She passed away a few years ago. She was 109. You want to know what the fastest growing age group in America is? Centenarians. People the age 100. Do you know there's another age group called super centenarians? People over the age of 110. Wow. So, yeah. And will this plan that I put together for people do that? Yeah. Here's the coolest thing in the world. With this type of a plan, you get to tell the employee, hi, come on into my office for a minute. I want to sit down. I want to talk to you. We like you. We want you to stay. So if you stay with us, we're going to make an investment in you. And at the end of the day, you get this. You know something? Most people, not everybody, but most people would take that deal. Isn't that nice? So what happened? Now, let me give you one more little story. 2 hospitals. Same city, same town, similar in size, similar everything. They're almost identical. One is a world-class organization. I mean, people come from all over to go to that hospital when they get sick. The other one, not so much. If you get sick, it's the last place you want to go. What's the difference? It's the people that work there. So, how do you build a world-class organization? You use this tool that I described to retain your best employees, your superstars, the people that you do not want to lose. Let the others fall by the wayside. I don't say fire them, just give them this and eventually they will go. Then you use this tool to pull in the best of the best that you can possibly find. And you hold them to your company and they get whatever they want. In other words, they have a wonderful, bright financial future. Over time, do you know what you will have? I don't care what your business is. You could be a plumber. You could be an accounting firm. You could be a legal firm. You could be a carpentry firm. You could be a hospital. You will have a world-class organization. Why? Because of the people that are working there, and they're working to help you. Isn't that nice? And you? Oh my God. The biggest, brightest vision of your future will come true. Because you'll have the best of the best behind you and supporting you. That's what I do. That's why I'm so excited. I get up every day at 4 a.m. I jump out of bed. I take a shower. I feed my puppy. And then I'm at my desk by 4:30. And I go full blast till 4 and 5 in the afternoon. I put in 12, 13 hours a day. You want to know something? It's like play. I'm having a blast. On my next birthday, I'll be 70 years old. And you want to know something? I'm working harder and longer and faster than I ever have in my life. And guess what? I'm in better shape now than I was when I was in my 30s. Talk about living long. Oh, you too? Yes. Flown, yeah. I'm having so much fun. This is a blast. And you know something? You can too. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can make it come true. I mean, we started this off talking about mindset. Talk about long-term mindset.
We might have lost service.
What was that? That's okay. I'm just having fun here. Okay, so I had to take a deep breath there for a second. I just get so excited, so wrapped up in what I'm doing. I just, I'm having fun. I'm helping people like never before. I mean, it's so freaking amazing. I got clients that had no hope in their future. And today, they're set. They're happy. And some of these people, man, they got $700,000 incomes. And they're like, I just want to be able to pay my mortgage. It's like, wow. Uh-oh. Something happened there. Well, anyway. But it doesn't matter whether It doesn't matter whether you have you're a small, tiny business. Hey, look at what's the big coffee company that everybody goes to? Starbucks. It's a coffee shop, and it's a multi-billion-dollar organization. Whatever it is you do, you can make it bigger and brighter than you ever wanted to do. Look, I'm gonna, I want to help you. After this show, check out davidalemian.com. It's on the screen right now. And take a look at that. And if it's something that you're interested in, hey, book a call with me. We can have fun together. I'll show you some amazing things. What I love to do is get up there and speak at conferences where I can help business leaders solve their biggest problem, which is the shortage of skilled labor. It's not an unsolvable problem, it's a solvable problem. And it's fully scalable to whatever it is that you want to do. So, yeah, take a look at that website there
I got
and
it for
reach out
you,
to me and
David.
say hi. I see that up there. Thank you so much, Rhonda.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, this is so incredible. Incredible in the way of all the information you were talking about. You know, what really got me is the detail in what you do for people, and my heart started growing in the sense of that employer and employee. I felt like there is a potential of a very big bond there, and I could
yes.
feel that, like, that is what your drive is in the stuff you're doing, and that to me, I wrote a note about that, and I love that you're gonna be 70 and that you are because you're in your passion and what you're doing, and I can hear that you were saying that, you're in better shape than you were at 30, but it's just like that motivation that we were talking about.
hmm you're absolutely correct. It's
Yeah,
and again, it's mindset.
yeah,
And when you think mindset, all of a sudden, that massive computer that's between your ears,
yeah,
it starts solving the problems for you. And you raise your frequency
yeah,
to amazing heights.
yeah,
And you know something? Anybody can do it.
yeah.
And if you're watching this, you can do this too. And I want to help you do it if I can. And it's
I
real,
love it.
yeah, you know, real simple thing. Olympic athletes think like Olympic athletes. Couch potatoes, they think differently.
Yeah,
Whatever you
true.
want, it's all in how you're thinking.
Yeah.
But it starts with long term thinking. In other words, I'm here, I want to get there. Think even further down the road
Mhm.
because life's a journey. And wherever it is you want it to take you, that's where it'll take you.
David, have you ever had in your life where you were a couch potato for a moment and you had to pull yourself out of it, like any kind of depression or something that just really just
Oh, what a question. You know, at one point in time, when I was in high school, I was a gymnast. Then
Hmm,
afterwards, I didn't do much. And then later on, I got into working out and I was doing high impact aerobics and weightlifting. And I did that for 2 years, 5 days a week. And then one day I just stopped and I didn't work out for 28 years. And
wow.
then 10 years ago, my wife says to me on New Year's, she says, I want to join this thing. It's a training camp, boot camp, because I want to lose 20 pounds. I go, honey, you don't need to lose 20 pounds, but I get it. If it makes you feel better about yourself, hey, I'll be the supportive husband. And here's what I'll do. I'll stop eating burgers and fries twice a day. And I was. And I go, what the heck? I'll even find a place to work out too. As the words came out of my mouth, I wanted to put them back in my mouth.
Yeah, kind
It's
of
like,
scary, huh?
oh man, what did I say? So I live in Oceanside, California, and kind of near the beach. And I found this workout class called Beach Boot Camp. Oh, that looks like fun. So I wanted to go, and it took me 4 days to psych myself up to go. My wife says, "You were really nervous about this, aren't you?" I go, "They don't call it boot camp for nothing. I don't want to get hurt." I showed up, and the trainer, a woman, says, "So what are your goals for today?" I go, "Not to die." She figured she'd never see me again. I had so much fun. I showed up the next day and I gave her a check for unlimited boot camps for the week. And I go, "You're stuck with me." And I still go. And I went for 5 and 6 days a week. And man, it's mostly women. Whoever said women are the weaker sex did not
Yeah.
know
Ooh.
what they were talking about.
Woo!
Man, are these people great. And I just got into amazing shape. And the secret was I was surrounded by other people
Yeah.
that had a mindset of fitness.
Mm.
And it was fun. In other words, it was kind of like you go and you show up at the playground and you play with whoever shows up. And that
Yeah.
was boot camp. I was right on the beach. And it was just so much fun year round.
Oh my gosh, Dave, you're just building this feeling like I want to be at the beach right now working out. I mean, like,
Oh.
you know, I mean, it's just very, very exciting. So I can see you going towards 70 in the infectious space that you're in right now. I appreciate your time with us today.
Let me wrap this up. One thing. If
Okay.
you want to see what it's really like, go on YouTube, put my name in it, and after my name, put "Because I Can." Go David Alemian, "Because I Can." You'll see a video that'll blow your mind.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll see a video that'll blow your mind. Me working out on the beach, doing
Yay.
one-arm push-ups, Rocky style. How
Oh,
cool is that? So
that is
anyway,
so cool.
yeah. And the last thing I want to say is,
Yes.
if what I said made sense, and you're an entrepreneur and you want to secure your business, go to davidalemian.com, book a call.
Yeah. Thank you, my friend. I love your energy. I appreciate you so much. It's been really fun working with you, getting you prepped for the show today. Thank you, my
Thank you,
friend.
Wanda. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.